Hi everyone, I'm Keela Walton, Vice President of the Upstate South Carolina Chapter of the American Harp Society. The American Harp Society has been an essential part of my development as a musician and as a person for most of my life. I was first introduced to the Harp Society as a 12-year-old student in Texas when I participated in my chapter's Music Education Auditions and Evaluations. And nerd alert, I still have the certificate. I'm pleased to announce that this spring, the Upstate Chapter will host the Music Education Auditions and Evaluations program. You can find a registration link and more information in the video description below. So if you're watching, you may be wondering, what are the auditions and evaluations? A&E is a unique two-part program that emphasizes feedback and improvement. At the core, A&E is educational and non-competitive. Participants come specifically to be heard and to hear one another perform at 2 sessions, which are held about a month apart. Because this is a unique two-part program, there is a special focus on the improvement that can be made by participating on both days. All harp students are welcome. So how does the program work? Each chapter uses the same basic 2-session format where participants perform for each other and for a guest advisor. In our chapter, on the first session, participants play in a masterclass setting and are given both written and verbal feedback from the guest advisor. Participants then take this feedback back to their teacher and work on it between the evaluation days. You are expected to stay and listen to all the performers in your masterclass group. Usually that's 4 to 5 performers per group. Additionally, participants complete a theory worksheet at this first session. Now don't worry, the theory component is not for a grade. It is intended to be used as a tool for teachers to see what music theory concepts their students understand and what topics merit further instruction. In our chapter, on the second day of the program, which is about a month later, participants show their improvement by playing the same pieces again, this time in a recital setting. Because this is not a competition, no prizes are awarded. However, everyone who participates on both days receives a certificate of participation from the Music Education Committee of the American Harp Society. How did the Auditions and Evaluations program begin? Marcel Grangeny and the founding committee envisioned education as the biggest priority for the American Harp Society. With great enthusiasm, in 1968, Lucien Thompson accepted the suggestion of then National President Katherine Gotthofer to set up the Auditions and Evaluations program. During his tenure, he visited many chapters, including my childhood chapter, as a guest advisor. And he was the Music Education Committee Chairman from 1968 until 2000. And during that time, he oversaw the production of nearly 3,000 certificates of participation in the program. We are pleased to announce that our guest advisor for the 2020 A&E is Carolyn Lund Munford. Carolyn is a professional harpist based in Augusta, Georgia. She is known for both her teaching and performing abilities and has won several prestigious music competitions around the country, including the AHS National Competition. She is the principal harpist of the South Carolina Philharmonic Orchestra and the Savannah Philharmonic, and she maintains a private studio teaching students of all ages. So what should you play? You may perform 1 or 2 pieces, and your total performing time may not be any longer than 10 minutes. At the second session, you will demonstrate improvement by performing these same pieces again. You're encouraged to perform at least one of them from memory. You may perform any published music written for the harp from any genre. So this includes classical music, folk music, sacred music, even standard orchestral excerpts would be great. We do encourage you to choose at least one piece from the standard harp educational repertoire. And if you're not sure what this means, talk to your teacher and work together to decide what piece or pieces to play. Do I need to bring a harp? That's up to you. You may choose to bring your own personal harp to perform on if that's what makes you comfortable. Or you can elect to perform on one of the harps provided by the chapter. Some other helpful tips. You must provide original music with the measures numbered for the advisor on both days. If you're not performing from memory and need to use music, you should also bring a copy for yourself. Teachers, parents, and of course participants are encouraged to observe as many performers as possible. And chapter members, you can observe in the audience for free. Who can register? Participants must be members of the Upstate South Carolina chapter. Teachers whose students participate must also be members of the chapter, as well as the National American Harp Society. The registration fee is $25 per participant and covers both sessions. The registration deadline is March 1st, and we hope you will already know what pieces you plan to perform when you register. All ages are welcome and encouraged to participate. Even as a 12-year-old child, I could see that the American Harp Society had a place, not only for competition winners and professionals, but a place for me, an average beginning young harp student. The AHS is a society where everyone is equally welcomed, no matter your age, type of harp, or skill level. We are a community that helps each other at every stage of our harp lives. We hope you will join us for this unique opportunity to improve your harp skills at our chapter's auditions and evaluations this spring.